You will not believe it, folks. Can you believe that we have found 10 wonderful business credit cards with EIN only for startups and very young companies? Amazing. I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation because I'm going to reveal those cards for you and you're going to love them. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as splendid as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about the top 10 business credit cards with EIN only for startups and very young companies. Let's first explain things. What do you mean by a startup? What do you mean by a very young company? Now, a startup is a young company founded by one or more entrepreneurs to develop a unique product or service and bring it to market. Okay, so by its nature, the typical startup tends to be a shoestring operation with initial funding from the founders or their friends and families. Okay, so in terms of timing here, the startup has been in business for less than 3 months, sometimes for less than 6 months. Okay, 6 months maximum. That's what we call startup. And then you have a very young company. What is that? A very young company is a company that has been in operations for less than 2 years. That's just the distinction I want to have. Now, all the 10 cards that I'll be talking to you today about, please understand that those cards, for most of them, if you are able to go to a physical branch, whether you want to go to a credit union or a bank, please do that. Do not apply online because their algorithm will pull your personal credit unless you have structured your businesses the right way. Very important. Let me repeat that. If possible, you want to go to a physical branch, you want to go to a physical bank branch or credit union to apply there. Now, if you have those fintech credit cards where they don't have a physical branch, then you want to pick up the phone and speak to someone on the phone to explain your business's application before applying. One thing I want to say in general is that to apply successfully for an EIN only startup business credit cards, you got to have a legal business, a legit business. You can't have a sole proprietorship. You need to have an LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp. It has to be a legit business, a legally structured business. You got to have an EIN, of course. You want to run the business operationally, legally, financially, structurally as a business that is an entity separate from your personal affairs. Very important. You have to add to your business application, to the credit card application. You need to add your business plan, the business permits and licenses, financial statements for the last 3 years, business tax returns, personal tax returns, anything that will show the credit card issuer that you are an entity, a business entity that is separate from the founder. Very important. Before I get into the actual nitty-gritty here, I want to say one more thing. That thing is that there are several types of EIN only business credit cards for startups and very young companies. And you need to know those. You got to know those. When we speak about EIN only business credit cards for startups, there are 3 players you need to be aware of. You have fintech cards, you have bank cards, and you have credit union cards. Our preference, credit union business credit cards. That's number 1. And then you have the bank business credit cards. And then number 3, you have the fintech cards. I'll explain why. Credit union business credit cards are very easy to get. They will give you an EIN only business credit card at a credit union. As long as you're able to speak to someone, you have to speak to someone live. You have to go to the branch. You have to sit down, bring your information, and answer any question they have, and make sure they understand that you want to have an EIN only. And if you want to cover your butt, if you want to cover yourself, one thing you can do is you can lock your personal credit. You can freeze it for a while so that if anybody were to attempt to check your credit, they will be blocked anyway, or you'll be notified Okay, and then you go, and then the second category here is the bank business credit cards. Again, you have to go to a branch, sit with someone, bring your paperwork, and speak with the loan department so they understand that you are for real. Don't do this online. Do not apply online. Now, the third category is the fintech. Those fintech credit card issuers, they have no physical branches, so you can't apply online. But what you can do is you can actually call them up, speak with someone, have a conversation, make sure they assign an account representative to you before you apply. And once you have that, once you have all this, if you're able to have that conversation, that preliminary conversation, and you're able to mount the kind of package I was just talking to you about, with a package that is replete with your business plan, financial statements, business tax returns, and so on and so forth, you are solid. You're going to have a solid business credit card application package. Before I get into the actual rankings here, please check out our short evaluation. It tells you the very rigorous method we have when it comes to categorizing, reviewing, and ranking business credit cards on this show. Check this out. All right, number 10, folks, we have a Ramp Corporate Card. When it comes to the top 10 EIN only business credit cards for startups and very young companies, Ramp Corporate Card is a great one. Our score, 7.5 over 10. Now, with this card, you have rewards. The rewards are 1.5% cash back, and we love the fact that you are able to reduce your overspending by having what they call savings report. And this card is fantastic for those startups and small businesses that are looking for a simple cashback reward scheme. And no personal guarantee is necessary. You have a simple and solid cashback rate, and you have algorithm-driven insight that can help you save money. Okay, with the Ramp, what you're getting is you have the use of AI, so artificial intelligence, to look into your financials to not only reduce the risk for the lender, but also to actually reduce the risk for yourself. Okay, and it's a corporate card, so it's not really a traditional credit card, but it's a great card. In terms of the cons, in our view, you have unclear eligibility requirements. The card is fantastic, but they're still new. The company is a very young company. I mean, they've been around for the last 18 months. They started in February 2020, so it's very recent. We need to give them more time to roll out their business model, to implement it, so we can see more. But right now, the innovation is there, fantastic. To qualify, Ramp will consider your company's cash balance, your cash flows, and other financial health indicators. So they're looking at your financial statements. Number 9, folks, we have Sam's Club Business Mastercard. Our score, 8 over 10. And with the Sam's Club, you gotta have. They want you to. It's a great EIN only business credit card for startups also, but you got to have you have to be a member of Sam's Club, and they have two types of membership. You have the basic one, and then you have $45, the basic one, and then you have the plus one, which costs about $100. Our recommendation: go for the $100. You will increase your chances of being approved, and then you can rack up a lot of benefits. The rewards: you have a 5% cash back on gas up to $6,000. You have 3% cash back on dining and travel, 1% cash back on other purchases. One thing I want to say, folks, to get the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, the EIN only, go to the nearest Sam's Club store. Do not apply online. You want to go to the nearest Sam's Club and you want to have all your paperwork ready and speak to a representative. What are the pros and cons here? No personal guarantee necessary, solid cashback rates, okay, and so that's pretty good. Number 8, folks, we have Scale Factor Charge Card. Our score 8.5 over 10. This is a charge card, so they don't request any credit. They don't have no APR, right? And what we want to see here is that this is another great card. Why? because this card allows you to have a cash back. So it's great for small businesses that can also take advantage of Scale Factor's bookkeeping suite. So this is a Scale Factor is an accounting suite. They have an accounting software tool. And if you love their accounting software and you want to go through it, it's kind of similar to Stripe. And so you can use it. And there is no personal guarantee necessary. You can utilize a Scale Factor's software to manage expense reports. And this is great if you are a startup or a small business. If you're a big business, you can't use this. It's too basic in our view. And the cons of this card is that they want you to become a Scale Factor customer before applying, and they do have a minimal rewards rate. But overall, it's great. For this card, you cannot apply. You cannot apply online. Sorry, you cannot apply at a physical brick and mortar store or branch. You got to call them up. But anyway, this is the quintessential EIN only business cards anyway, because they don't pull your credit. They pay attention more to your financial statements. Number 7, folks, we have the Stripe Corporate card. Our score 8.5 over 10. This is a card that is great, a card that gives you a constellation of benefits. Whether you have a lot of rewards when you want to shop at, you want to buy tools or software as diverse as Amazon Web Services, Notion, Zendesk, Intercom, Google Ads, HubSpot, Airtable, Carta, Gusto, Envision, Bench, Pilot, Jam, Guideline, Casa, Expensify, Snap, iPassword. They have negotiated, Stripe has negotiated discounts with those players. One thing I want to say is that when you think about the Stripe Corporate card, you really want to think about it. It's another type of a charge card. In other words, they link your business financials to see, in other words, they're not taking any risk. They're linking your business transactions to the limit they're giving you, okay? But it's a card that is great because, especially if you are a Stripe, if you use Stripe for your payment processing, it's even fantastic, okay? The card can be branded with your logo. You have a simplified rewards that scale. You have no fees of any kind. There are no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, and no late fees. And the credit limits grow with your business. That's what I just said, right? So your credit limit is determined by your payment processing and bank history. So as your business grows, your credit line can too. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Suite Kiwi Show. We're still having a conversation today about the top 10 EIN only business credit cards for startups and young businesses. And at number 6, we have here the Capital One Spark Classic for Business. Our score 9 over 10. What are the pros and cons here? The pros, you have a simple cashback rewards that we love. There's no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee. That's fantastic. And Capital One will consider applicants with fair or no fair or bad credit. But the cool thing here is that because this is an EIN only business credit cards, in all cases, if you structure the credit card application properly, your personal credit will not be factored into the decision. What are the cons here? Other cards, based on our analysis, offer better rewards. There is no intro APR offer, and they have a high variable APR on purchases and balance transfers. Okay, so for this card, folks, the modus operandi is the same. You want to go to a physical Capital One bank branch. You want to sit down with a live person, and you want to tell them that you want to apply for an EIN only Capital One Spark Classic for Business. Do not apply online. If you apply online, they might pull your personal credit. Number 5, folks, we have the BREX Corporate card for startups. Our score 9 over 10. This is a great card because it has a constellation of rewards. Also, you have a welcome offer of 50,000 points, and they waive the card fees for life. This is equal to, according to BREX, to $500, more than $500 in value. You also have $50,000 on credits and discounts on sign up. So you have there is no foreign transaction fee. That's pretty good. And in terms of the rewards, so you have 7 points per dollar spent on ride shares and taxis, 4 points on per dollar spent on travel booked through BREX Travel, 3 points per dollar spent at restaurants, 2 points per dollar spent on recurring software and purchases, and so on and so forth. With BREX, the media has dubbed BREX the new Amex, and they have adopted a similar business model. They're growing fast. It's a great card for startups and young businesses that are looking for an EIN only business credit cards. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: no personal guarantee necessary, great rewards for the right spending profiles, and they have a solid portfolio of extra benefits that we love. What are the cons here? They have strict cash reserve requirements. This is targeted towards a specific niche of companies, and they require you to make BREX your exclusive corporate card to take full advantage of their rewards package. Number 4, folks, we have America First Credit Union Business Visa. Now, this is a credit union business credit card. Fantastic. Credit line up to $75,000. By the way, the score is 9.5 over 10. America First Credit Union Business Visa. Our score 9.5 over 10. And they want you to be in business for at least 9 months. And they want you to have a minimum revenue per year of $50,000. The APR will oscillate between 3 and 9%. And credit line can go all the way to 75%. And the cool thing here is that this is what we call a public credit union, America First. So you can apply even if you don't have the geographic or the professional affiliation that some credit cards have. It's very easy to apply, and you have to be an employee or a member of what they call a select employer group or an affiliated association. And honestly, by that term, the choice is very wide. If you call them, they will tell you exactly how you can qualify. And this is a great card. This is a great card because they also have rewards. You can receive 2% cash back on fuel purchases, on other purchases, on office purchases. You can earn 1 point for every dollar you spend on travel, and so on and so forth. Great card. Again, to apply for this card, please call, or even better, go to a physical branch. Go to a physical branch. If you live in the vicinity, you want to go, or if you live in the area, I mean in the states where they are, you want to actually go to a physical branch. So America First Credit Union, they're usually around Utah, so they are in Utah. Okay, so this is something you want to pay attention to. They are also in Arizona, so they are in Utah, Arizona. Number 3, folks, we have here the Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards Mastercard. Our score 9.5 over 10. Another great EIN only business credit card for startups and young companies. And this is a great card. It has a lot of rewards. It has a 300 welcome bonus if you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days after opening the account. They also have a variable APR that will set based on your credit worthiness. And we love the fact that they have a 0% intro APR for 9 months. So this is really good. To apply for this card, this is a great card. But to apply for this card as an EIN only, go to a physical branch. You want to go to the nearest Bank of America branch, and you want to sit down with a representative from the loan and credit cards department to get the card. It's even better if you already bank with Bank of America. That's even better. That way you increase your chances of getting the card. I want to talk to you now about number 2. Number 2, when it comes to the top 10 EIN only business credit cards for startups and young companies, we have the Navy Federal's Credit Union Go Bees Rewards card. Our score 10 over 10. We love this card. The Go Bees Rewards card, fantastic. 10 over 10. Here you have credit line up to $75,000. The APR will fluctuate between 6 and 18%. You gotta have a minimum operational time of 3 months, and the minimum revenue per year is $50,000. And this is a great card because it is packed with the rewards. You have when you buy from Best Buy, when you take trips, the card allows you to save a lot, up to 15% on what they call qualifying business purchases from participating merchants, including travel services, information technology solutions, IT solutions, shipping services, and restaurants. Okay, and in terms of the APR, their APR oscillates between 6 and 18%. This is pretty reasonable. And membership in Navy Federal Credit Union is easy. even if you're not affiliated with the military. So to join Navy Federal Credit Union, you will need to be a current or retired member of the Armed Forces, a Department of Defense civilian employee, contractor, or retiree. Family of current members, including parents, grandparents, siblings, grandchildren, and household members, are also eligible. And there are other ways to qualify. Honestly, there are other ways. Just give them a call. To apply for this card, again, do not do it online. You want to go to a physical branch if possible, or you want to talk to someone on the phone. Okay? Don't do it online. Number one, folks, when it comes to the best EIN only business credit card for startups and young companies, another credit union credit card. We have the Consumers Credit Union Business Visa Platinum. Our score 10 over 10, perfect score. Here you have a credit line up to $100,000. APR will oscillate between 3.5% and 10%. Minimum time in business, they want you to have 6 months operational history. Minimum revenue per year, $36,000. So that's about $3,000 a month in revenue. And with this card, you have a whole constellation of benefits. You have no annual fee, no fee cash advances, additional cards available for employees at no cost, individual credit limits available for additional cards. You have a secure online account review and payment options from the CCU sites. You have Visa's zero liability, which means that what? It means that your business is protected if the card is lost or stolen, right? You have auto rental insurance on a 24-hour basis for collision or theft damage automatically that covers up to the actual cash value of most rental vehicles. You have travel accident insurance coverage of up to $500,000 at no additional cost when you travel on common air, sea, and ground carriers. You have travel and emergency assistance services, and you have a lot of stuff. It's just crazy. It's fantastic. And the cool thing here is that membership follows a simple two-step process. You want to pay a one-time, non-refundable $5 fee to the credit union sponsor, which is called the Consumers Cooperative Association, and then you deposit and maintain a minimum $5 in your membership share savings account. That's all you need. That's fantastic. All right, folks, I was just speaking to you about the top 10 EIN only business credit cards for startups and young companies. Number one, we have a Consumers Credit Union Visa Platinum. Number one, we have Consumers Credit Union Business Visa Platinum. Our score 10 over 10. Number two, we have Navy Federal Credit Union Gold Biz Rewards Card, 10 over 10. Number three, we have a Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards Mastercard, 9.5 over 10. Number four, we have America First Credit Union Business Visa, 9.5 over 10. Number five, we have the BREX Corporate Card for Startups, 9 over 10. Number six, we have Capital One Spark Classic for Business, 9 over 10. Number seven, we have the Stripe Corporate Card, 8.5 over 10. Number eight, we have the Scale Factor Charge Card, 8.5 over 10. Number nine, we have the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, 8 over 10. And number 10, last but not the least, we have the Ramp Corporate Card. Our score is 7.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.